What is up, boys, and welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be breaking down NVIDIA's earnings report. Now, they did just report their Q2 2025 earnings earlier today, and while their earnings were stellar and they did double beat per usual, the stock price is down about 2 to 3% after hours, so that does leave us with a nice little discussion to have here in this video. Not only will we be breaking down their share price and the stock moving forward, but we'll be breaking down their financials, what they reported this quarter, what they're looking to report next quarter, and what they're looking to report for years to come. Now, today's video is going to have it all, so as we do get into it, make sure you guys do like and subscribe as always. Also, make sure that you guys do check out our first link in the description down below. Join up on our free Discord where you guys can get access to the amazing profits that we have been making over in Premium. We not only have over 1,000 Premium members, but we also have made over $1 million in team profits year to date. These are two insane stats, and I cannot wait to see this community continue to grow. So I'll see you guys over there, and let's jump right into this video. First, taking a look at NVIDIA's earnings report from today, August 28, 2025, their Q2 2025 revenue came in at $46.7 billion. Now, this is beating estimates that came in at around $46.05 billion, obviously by about $650 million. Now, adjusted EPS came in about 4 cents above the estimate, coming in at around 1.5, where we were expecting about 1.01. Now, while this does look like a great quarter from the outside, it is important to check out their guidance as well before making a final decision. So, taking a look at NVIDIA's guidance moving forward, you guys can first see that in Q3 of 2025, we are estimated to see about $53.1 billion. Now, NVIDIA is guiding out around $54 billion, about a 2% increase from those estimates. A really good increase in my opinion. Also, we can see that our gross margin is going to rise to around 73 to 74% in GAAP accounting. That is very, very good to see. Also, our Chinese impact on these H200s excluded. Now, this means that they are opening a chip that is going to be sold just as a Chinese version so that they can avoid those tariffs. And I believe that that is going to be a great marketing strategy for them, especially with our growth engine being that Blackwell chip, which is getting such high demand. We are seeing companies like Tesla looking to order over 30,000 of these chips that are actually $30,000 a piece. So you guys can do that math and it adds up to around $100 billion, looking crazy right there. Also, our capital returns, you guys can see that NVIDIA is looking to buy back around $60 billion in shares. These are the reasons that our free cash flow is down, which is a margin that we should always be taking a look at. And this is a reason that you should take a look at it. So you can understand that that prices may be down because we put $60 billion back into the stock itself. Now, all of this is amazingly bullish for the stock, and I do believe that the stock will continue higher. But let's go ahead and jump over to the chart, wrap up this video by taking a look at how NVIDIA performed following their earnings. Now, jumping in and taking a look at their share price after hours, you guys can see that we went into after hours at around $181.77. Now, we are currently sitting at around $177.60 after seeing lows of around $171.88. Now, our two targets for this move were $170.80 and a high of around $194.34. Now, neither one of these targets have been hit yet, but these are the first two targets I would see being hit before we get a move elsewhere. Now, if we are to see this downside target, I think that we could continue lower. I think that $165 to $160 is possible, and then we rip back up north of $200 by the end of this year. But I also do see a world where we bounce right off of this 170. We say, hey, we beat earnings. Maybe this guidance is going to come out and be very, very good. Maybe this earnings call is going to be amazing. And from there, we do press all the way back up to around 194 and possibly even see 200 before the end of maybe October or November. And then maybe we get a little bit of a pullback going into the end of the year instead. But jumping out here onto the daily and weekly timeframes here, you guys can see overall NVIDIA is in this beautiful uptrend. Obviously, we are going to need some kind of pullback. And here I am going to delete all of our drawings here. But I do want to outline one thing. And these are the two things that I am looking at right now. Now, one, NVIDIA does look like it is in this small flagging formation. Whatever this may be, it may take more time to play out. But it does look like it is in some kind of flagging formation, much like back here, etc. Now, here is the other thing. We are quite extended. Now, taking a look at our pullback zone right here, this is where I would be looking for a bounce. Now, I would be looking for a bounce really anywhere in this zone, but let's go ahead and be a little bit more specific saying right here. Now, this is back from those April lows, and you guys can see from there we have been pretty much straight up. Now, obviously, you are going to need some kind of dip, and if we are to get this dip, we can actually use our Fibonacci extension tool to forecast out where the stock price would go based off of that. So we could anticipate possibly a move next year up to around $284 or even around $223. Now, this is exactly how I draw out my charts, guys. Extensions and retracements are very, very good for levels. It doesn't have to be anything more complicated than that. But we can see if we were to get a pullback down here, I would 100% be a buyer in the 120s. Now, obviously, if we do get all the way up here, this would look amazing. Another 117% on the table, up to around $284. Obviously, I don't think we get that low. I think if anything, we go down and we fill this gap right here and then continue higher, holding all of these prior highs. So I think something like this will happen. I do believe that we will move down, but I do not think it will be down to this golden zone. I do think it will be down to around this blue line, and then from there we will rally up, something much like this, up to that target, and then we chop around a little bit and then move up again. Now, this move down here on the way down, this is going to be till about the end of October. Seasonality wise, we know that October, from this point now at the end of August to the end of October, is the weakest part of the year for the S&P 500, followed by some of the best parts of the year being November and December. So what I'm expecting here is that NVIDIA and the broader market as a whole is going to dip for about the next 2 months, possibly seeing even a 10% retracement within the S&P, which I would be very, very happy to see. Now, I am definitely rambling a little bit here, but I do believe that NVIDIA can pull back to around 150, 160, from there moving up to around $200 by the end of the year. Now, that was a lot of information that we broke down very, very quickly. So let's quickly recap. Now, NVIDIA did beat on both revenue and EPS, coming in with about a $650 billion or $650 million beat on revenue and about a 4-cent beat on EPS. Also beating guidance next quarter on revenue by about $2 billion. Looking amazing all around. Although we did see a bit of a drop in share price after today, it does not matter that much, guys. There is no problem with this company. It looks amazing. The company showed so much health this quarter, and it is showing so much growth. So I do think that things are only up for NVIDIA here. We may see a small dip come into play soon, but I would not be too worried. So for NVIDIA here, I do have my targets up to 223, 284 after we break 200 later this year. That is going to go ahead and wrap it up for me, guys. That was a quick breakdown on NVIDIA's earnings report. We talked about their revenue, their EPS, their guidance moving forward, the stock, talking about what the stock's reaction was, what the stock's reaction could be, and where the stock is going to be moving forward. Now, we did break all of that down in about 5 minutes time, so if you guys can't appreciate the efficiency and the info that I have packed into this video, please consider dropping a like, subscribing, and commenting down below your guys' favorite part of this video, or even how many shares of NVIDIA or any other company that you guys may own you have. Now, that is going to be it from me. Make sure you guys do like and subscribe and check out our free Discord in the description down below. There is going to be 2 videos on the side of me right here. Make sure you guys do check out one of the 2 of these videos, whichever one pertains more to you guys. And I will see you guys in the next video.